Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NeverOpenPod, the podcast open to everyone, especially Santa Jesus. My name is Luke. I'm your host of the NeverOpenPod, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. So, hello, Mr. Andy.
Hello, Mr. Andy. Hello, Luke. Hello to the listeners, and Merry Christmas to all. And to all,
That's right.
A New Year. Happy New Year. Some shit.
Yeah, we don't really do themed episodes. Oh, we do, but there's some weird esoteric never stuff. Thank you. Cherry just brought me a coffee. That was really lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go. That's a Christmas present, everyone.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
There you go. You get to hear Charity's voice. It's just in case some listeners were like, he's not really married. He's a wrestling star. Get out of here.
that is a gift to us all, and I appreciate it.
No problem. So, yes, we're going to talk about the two Road to Wrestle Kingdom shows. But before we do that, there are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We're on the Blue Sky. I am, I don't know how you, just look it up. I'm at Grumpy2EB. Mr. Andy is at Drusa for tweets. And collectively, that's it. That's how you contact us on those kinds of socials. We're over there on the Blue Skies now. You can also get in contact with us with a voicey or written email, neveropenpod@gmail.com. We also have a G-Spring store. That's right. You can buy lots of G-strings at the G-Spring store.
All
She sells at the G-String store. Yes, we have a Teespring store where you can buy merch that'll make you look never as far. And also, like, we don't sell them anymore, but I have. Oh, by the way, I've got stickers. If you're in Australia or somewhere else that's fucking cheap as hell to post to, let me know. I'll send you a Never Open sticker. Stick it on your coffee cup like I have. Stick it on your car like I also have. And
don't stick it on your dog.
I also got a blank coffee mug, a black one. I just now I've got a fucking normal. I've got a travel one and a normal one.
I was so confused the first time I saw that. I was like, how did you get that? And you're like, I put a sticker on a mug. And I was like, dope.
I'm like, you son of a bitch. That's genius.
That was pretty great. Yeah, Luke, well, as you maybe have heard, Wrestle Kingdom is X amount of days away. I heard that like 30,000 times while watching both these shows. And that means that we're on the road to Wrestle Kingdom. And we got all kinds of cool shit to talk about. Just to begin with, though, I want to take your temperature. So how you feeling about Wrestle Kingdom? Are you fired up? Are you fired up for the experience in general? Are you there for the wrestling? Are you there for the podcast? What is this all about for you?
I'm fucking pumped and raring to go. That's me underselling it. I'm like, Christmas? Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. New Year? Yeah, sure. Fucking Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, so no, I'm fucking excited. I really can't wait. I feel like this is really stacked card, especially since you don't have your Ospreys or your Okadas and things like that. I can't wait. I want to talk about it more after we've done the Road to shows. Sure. But if I had to rating scale it, it's I'm 5-star excited.
Oh my god! Wow, that you supposed to save that for our year-end best of 10
shit!
Thing.
Spoiler alert!
You're not supposed to do that now.
Oh shit!
We have a specific. If you're a new listener, we have a specific episode for things like that we do at the end of the year, which will come out probably soon. We never know when that's going to come out, but it'll be out soon. But yeah, so that was a spoiler there for the year-end episode.
Sorry.
That's all right.
That is true. Oh no, podcast. It's always good to give them all teasers for.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a teaser. Star rating.
That's right. So there is one other thing of professionalism that I didn't get to do, and that's we're on the YouTube, so you can watch this. Everyone, hello, hi. It's nice to see you. And yes, we're at Corrigan Hall. No reviews of this place because I think Andy's done every single one of them in 5-star reviews.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Plus, we know the parking's bad. We already know,
place is narrow as shit.
There's willful employees and the toilet is bad. We know it's fine.
Yeah. Plus there's only one doctor and he spends the whole time just staring at the wrestlers. He doesn't help anyone in the crowd.
He is not very energetic, is he?
No. He's the kind of dude that you'd be like, dude, I think I've just torn my hamstring, and hand you a glass of concrete and tell you to harden the fuck up. So he's like that kind of old school doctor.
He prescribes a lot of ibuprofen, that doctor. I'm telling you.
That's right. So let's do it. We start off at Korakuen Hall with we got 2 pre-show matches on the night, and the way Chris describes this is it's the chase your dream match. Well, by the way, we also have Captain Tomato Sauce for some reason.
Yeah, well, there's something that happens here too that's a little different. New Japan, I don't think they have maybe they have a no filming policy. I don't know. Their shit, they probably do. But anyway, on these 2 nights, they're encouraging fans to film with their phones, and they put instructions up on the screen on how to like post it. It's awesome. And everybody had their phones up, and it was kind of fun.
Have you guys ever heard of Twitter? It will
just like that. Yeah. Abe was giving them the lowdown. He was smartening them up, you know, they are marks. What are you gonna do? You know.
Dude, I wanted the fucking video to play before each show, or hopefully the crowd got a video with Tiger Mask and Honma and like Makabe going like, "Hey, filming's allowed now. This is how you do it. This is not allowed. This is allowed."
Taichi shows them how to do it. You know, on the night too. But that's interesting. No Makabe on these shows. What do you think? No. That's even more exciting. You know.
I know.
And
it's
also
the most wonderful time of the year. Makabe is gone. And
did you catch what Captain Tomato had to say?
No, what did he say?
He's telling them that their new sponsor is some tomato juice or some shit.
Oh, yeah,
and it's on the mat all over the place. I love that. That's funny.
Yeah, Yano should have fucking squirted someone with that kind of stuff too.
Well, he can't have he already has the oil, right? He can't have the oil and the fucking tomato juice. Come on now.
No, that's true. All right, you can only have one gimmick.
No, he's carrying a pile of gimmicks out to the ring with him already. So
that's all right. Remember when Robbie Eagles had like it felt like he was the sniper of the skies, and everyone he sniped, he collected trophies from. So he was just like some kind of hodgepodge of like little bits and pieces. He's a bit more streamlined now that he's like the orange and black part of Team DK. He's like much more streamlined.
Yeah,
so I like it.
Less bandanas. He's concentrated the bandanas down a little bit, which is smart move.
It is a very smart move. And
so what is this match
moves
here?
that speaking of someone who didn't make a smart move, it is a chase your dream match because Shomakato is given the opportunity to choose who he wants to wrestle. And he chooses Hiromu Takahashi because Shomakato wants to die.
Aww.
And dude, respect his choice. You have to, right? Like, he could have gone for someone who you'll have a pretty good match with, but, they're not there to end your life in some way. Whereas Hiromu, he's going to fucking... I mean, Shomakato wants to be in LAJ, doesn't he? Yeah. But, look, Shomakato shows off his impressive bumping ability while Hiromu just fucking kicks his ass for 10 minutes and brabs him out at the end. So even just keeps pinning the poor kid over and over again, and then he's stumbling around all exhausted and shit. It was funny.
The pin was pretty funny, spamming the pin. And like, I do have to mention, because this detail will be important later, is that Shomakato got some offense in on Hiromu at the beginning. So he got a shine. Maybe somebody else Hiromu doesn't like. So we'll talk about it later. So.
Oh, dude.
But, yeah.
He shatters dreams on the fucking night too, dude. Don't you worry.
We get the highlights of 2024 video package. And all I saw was a bunch of Doki, a good chunk of Watto, and a bunch of TMDK. Yeah. Pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I fully approve of this video package.
So
they did play some of that cage match, and I was like, surely that was late the year before, but that's all right.
No, that was on these shows last year. So right?
Really?
Yeah, it was on the Road 2 shows last year. So it's been a year since the cage match, and man, that was stupid. We've exhausted. That is one of the many dead horse laying on the ground. But yes, it's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like so much has happened, and yet it went so fast. Next week, we have a very emotional match. I don't like this match, and there's several reasons why I don't. It's bred versus Bars. All right. So it's Mr. Bread making his triumphant return to New Japan. And I'm not mad that he lost. All right. That's not why I'm mad. I'm mad because he looks older and it sucks and I don't like it. Kojima looks different and I'm bummed out. It's like, I don't know. It's a big bummer when you see somebody age and it's like, oh man, especially somebody like, now he's got the energy. He's still Kojima, but he's different and something ain't right. So I don't like it. So he's wrestling Bolton Oleg and Kojima is still MLW champ. They won't let him lose it because it's just like the most prestigious person that can hold their title.
I would say so. Like, yes, they could get an ex-WWE guy or something like that. Sure, absolutely. What they got is like a bona fide wrestling legend who can fucking go.
He was their first champion. So like he was, you know, like just getting an indie title back then. But like, so he came back to like win the title again. And he never left. He's just like, I live here now, you know. That was great. So
he's smart. Like, he is smart to kind of avoid the dad pitfalls that some of the other dads have. Like, all right, Homer's pretty happy with where he is. I guess Tenzan and Makabe maybe as well. They're like just like to still be there and part of it. Whereas I think Kojima's just like, no, I got a bit extra in the tank than that. I don't.
Yeah,
he'll do the occasional dad job, but you know, he's out winning motherfucking titles and being double champions and just being mad bread man. Yeah.
Well, I don't like seeing him beat up Kojima, and that's what happens in this match. Especially when he goes and dumps Kojima in the corner with the shitty Japanese slam where you're just setting up for a move. So you just go like that. He did that to Kojima, and he was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot the shimmy shuffle thing." So he has to pick him up and walk over. And Chris Charlton talked about how he forgot what move it was. That made me laugh.
I don't mind if New Japan is pushing someone green because like they believe in him, but what New Japan is normally good at is pushing them when they're not fucking green like this. Aren't they? They're usually better than
getting guys over with us.
They want this guy. They want this guy to be ready now. You can tell, right? Like I feel like they do, and I don't like him.
He's moving up whether you like it or not. So.
I don't like him, and I don't like him beating Kojima. And I wrote this to you, and boo Bolton Oleg. I'm sorry, he's my new horsey, and I'm gonna fucking flipping that shit.
Well, he does
that whip.
Beat Kojima, and it's sad.
Yeah, he does. But it did hurt my soul as well. So let's go on to the next match, which is Ryohei Iwa and the very memorable Hartley Jackson versus Jeff Cobb and Brian Austin Green. And they're wrestling against Ren Narita and Yujiro Takahashi. So what makes me laugh here is, all right, Iwa and Hartley come out, and then freaking Cobb and James Austin Johnson come out, and they get Katamari gambited by Ren and Yujiro.
Yeah, from behind. They were coming out third, which is different.
Yep. I know they're doing these kinds of things because, you know, Wrestle Kingdom's on the way and stuff, but you know how nice it is to sometimes, rather than do the normal tag team kind of stuff, is just to have this kind of, it's these two teams, and these two teams, or all four members of the tag team in the singles, or something like that. These have been really nice. I've been really enjoying them. It's just kind of mixes up the, you know, the house show format. There's an Anaconda suplex apparently by Ryohei Iwa, and I like the look of it, and I won't forget the name anymore because that looked awesome. Cobb also gives him a massive fucking German. Hartley and Cobb is a really fun time, and that's when Chris is nice enough to tell us on commentary that Cobb and Hartley Jackson are having a singles match the next night.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Yes, please. Iwa it's a spin cycle, and it's push up bra to Brian Austin Green, and a double cross, and Ren Narita wins. What a pizza. This is all preview stuff because Ren's got the TV title. Cobb wants it, and Iwa's not in the match. He's just here.
Ren acts like he's gonna leave. He's like, "Oh, cool, I won," and he just runs around and hits somebody with a push-up bra. That was so funny. That match was like 4 minutes long. It's all about what happens after the match.
Oh yeah, because Santa music plays and we get Santa Jado, and this is as Ren's showboating like a fucking asshole, like he's already run Wrestle Kingdom or something. Santa Jado. That's what I should have said at the start, not Santa Jesus. I should have said Santa Jado. Let's start again. No, we're not doing that. And what gift could he possibly give us that I could possibly want? Well, El Phantasmo, and he's here. And
just for Ren. And Ren is hilarious with the because he's like, Jado gives him the gift, and his curiosity, he can't help himself, and then he gets the gift, and he's like hiding it from everybody. This is mine now. It's so funny.
So I'm not sure if I remember to mention it for the second night, but I'll mention it here. Cobb's on commentary for night 2, and Cobb's like, "So what did LP even do to earn this title shot?" And Chris smartly says he beat cancer.
Yeah.
And Cobb's like, "Fair enough. All right." Yeah.
Oh, you know who doesn't care though? House of Torture. They don't care that he beat cancer.
No, they don't give a shit. So they try and go for him, which they do. They start laying in the boots. Ren and Yujiro, you motherfucking pieces of shit. And then, hey, we get who do we get? Yoda Tsuji coming out. Is that it? Two other who? It's Yoda and one other guy. Who's in that 4-way?
I don't. I'm not sure.
Oh, it is Iwa.
I don't remember
because it was supposed to be Yuya or something.
Yeah. He's in the 4-way for the TV title, and so we got to get him out there anyway, right? So that he can do that.
That's right. So, Iwa and Cobb, they kind of make the save, and El Phantasmo is on the mic. He looks at them first. He's like, "You guys cool with this? You guys cool with this?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're cool with this." And he doesn't even ask Ren, who's laying down on the mat, if he's cool with it. He's like, "It's a 4-way now." And I'm like, you know what? Awesome. Not only is El Phantasmo back, he wrestles tomorrow, everyone. He's fine as well. Like, he's back. Like, I don't know. Look, I would have totally understood if he wanted to stay home because he just beat cancer and shit, and it's Christmas time. Yeah. But I can also understand his excitement and being like, fuck that. It's Wrestle Kingdom payday time, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, dude, you know how fucking happy he must be that it's Wrestle Kingdom payday time? And he's like,
that's what you work all year towards, you know? This is what the show you can't miss. And like,
that's it.
The fact that they squeezed him in says a lot of what they think of him. You know,
that's what I thought too.
A lot of times they don't do that, you know, or they'll do it a different way. And the fact that, because that was not like good storytelling or anything. It was a fun segment.
It's a shoehorning in for sure.
He just shoved it in there. But it's ELP and it's like, cool. Everybody's like, awesome. Way to shoehorn.
But I feel like everyone in the crowd and you and me are just like, he beat cancer. Dude. And he wants to be in Wrestle Kingdom. He can do any, like, suddenly it's Zack Sabre Jr. and... You know, and it's a 3-way now, maybe not that, but it's a 15-minute match too. So it's a 15-minute 4-way match. He won't have to work the entire match. You know, he was going to work his ass off anyway. You know it, bump machine. But you know, there is a bit of that. He's on this card. Who cares? Why? Who cares? Who cares?
Well, a match between Ren Narita, Jeff Cobb, and Ryuhei Iwa was going to be pretty good. A match with ELP in the mix. We've seen what he's able to do. It's not like he's just some guy going out there doing moves. Like, he's going to make the entire match way better. And that's awesome. So
that's when he clicked for you, when you saw how he operated in a triple threat match, wasn't it? With El Desperado and another gentleman, Bushi. And you were like, I think I know why ELP kind of clicks for me now. Yeah. So
last time Bushi got a title shot.
I get confused about the Yoda Tsuji thing because he was part of the feud with Jeff Cobb, and now he's not because he's got the other thing to go for. So I guess
it's confusing, and plus he's dressed like a tomato at the beginning.
They've had a few injuries and reshuffles. It's fine. It all works for me anyway. I love this card that we're getting, but yeah.
Well, next we have a match, and this match is the champion of all champions, the champion of the world, Doki, and Taka Michinoku versus El Desperado and Master Wato. And man,
their first time back together.
Listen, I just gotta say, Wato. Remember, I was talking about Mr. Bread. Something's different, and I don't like it. Well, something's different with Watto, and I do like it. You know what I mean? It is like he has a different feel about him. And then what it is it's the relationship between him and El Desperado is different now. It's no longer the kid brother tagging along. It's now two wrestlers who respect each other, who have been through war together, and here we are, and it's awesome. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So.
I do too. And I'm just so glad he is back, because it felt like to me for a portion of 2024 that El Desperado was a little bit in a holding pattern, mostly because they probably had all this Watto stuff lined up for him, and now he's injured, and it's kind of gone. Now they obviously did some cool stuff with El Desperado throughout the year, junior champion, all this kind of stuff, losing to Doki, oh my god, and all this kind of stuff. But I'm just so happy. Like that's because look at all the fucking dorks he's been tagging with, and that's the thing. You see Watto coming out, and I didn't think dork once.
No,
did you?
And like the cool thing too is El Desperado has to respect him, and he wants to respect him. You know what I mean? It's like it's a little, we're reading a lot into this, but it's like what we do.
That's because we love it, man.
Yeah, anyway, so the champ and the challenger, they give us a little taste, and I like what I see. Taka and Doki go fuck your knee on El Desperado, and so they're trying it out and seeing what's going to happen, right? So Watto gets a hot tag and has to save his buddy, and that's great. Desperado playing the luchador in peril here. It's pretty great. So, but eventually Desperado gets to return to fuck your leg, and he does that to Taka. And let's see here. What else happens? Desperado. Yeah. Watto gets a monster drop kick on the champion and then hits a dive on him too. And the crowd's like, yeah, this is fucking Watto. We've always loved this guy, And there's some really good rolling around pin thing that Desperado and Taka Michinoku do. It's not the normal fish out of water. They're rolling and doing different moves and stuff. It's tremendous. And Desperado does, of course, grab his leg and try to remove it with numero dos and gets the win. That's fun.
Yeah, you know where it's going, but we love all four wrestlers, and we just don't care. We're just here for it. Hartley Jackson is here on commentary for the rest of the night, and here it is. This is a preview match setting up the junior tag team title match at Wrestle Kingdom. So we have half of tag teams in this match. We've got Driller Maloney, we got Francesco Akira, we got Robbie Eagles, and we've got Kevin Knight. So it is a four-way. There we go. I like it.
You're getting all the complicated matches.
Yeah.
I'll get them on the next thing.
You're doing Kapow, motherfucker. Oh, no, it's 3 matches. That's right. We can both do that. It's all good.
It is.
This match is absolutely awesome, and it's bonkers because, hey, we know it's you're watching shows like Christmas. We're also pimping out Wrestle Kingdom. Here's a taste of what you can expect, and it's these guys all going fucking nuts. And there's little tiny teasers of what you might expect tomorrow, but I'm looking at it in hindsight. You've got Akira is holding Robbie and Kevin's hand as he stands on the top turnbuckle and then walks off their shoulders and just gives a rana to Driller Maloney.
I'm lucha walk. That's so cool,
dude. That was so fucking cool. There's this really cool Tower of Doom power bombing thing that Driller does on everyone. And I'm just like, can we get... Is there a time limit on this? Because if not, just let him go. Just let him go all night. I loved it. Yeah, so there's heaps of stuff going. And just when you think it's really starting to cook... You remember the Bullet Club's in this match, and Clark Connors comes out and starts whacking everyone with chairs and just fucking going everyone. TJP obviously comes out to make a save as well for Akira because he just don't want to see his boy getting chaired up. And then Robbie and Driller are having a really cool exchange, and Robbie just he gets one close pin. He's like, I need to do the folding pancake one. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Robbie pins Driller Maloney. And I thought this was a really fun little tease for what is obviously, I'm really excited. We'll talk about it more the next night, but I'm really excited for what these 4 teams have cooking up.
I was worried for a second because I'm like, where's fucking Fujita? You know, his tag team partner's getting hit with chairs. Where the fuck's he at? But he was in a match later with the champ, so that's like,
yeah.
You're taking.
Look, I'd help you guys, but champ, you get it right.
I was getting ready. So
main event spot. Lacing my boots.
This was a lot of fun. I liked this match a lot. Did I like the match on night 2? We'll see.
Ooh.
But one of my favorite people ever arrives at Kirkenhall and is met with silence. And it's Marty Asami, and I was disappointed. No one else cared, but I liked him. But we get
I can just imagine you and I at a Japanese show and totally like losing our shit at Marty Asami and that Japanese crowd's going like fucking gaijins or something like that,
fall out of the balcony, oh no, why did we let him up there? That'd be great. But
Phantoms of Korakuen are here.
We get a match. It's Shingo, Yota Tsuji, and Bushi versus Finley, Sonata, and Gato. And I love when Gato wrestles. It's always awesome. Makes me laugh. So Finley and Tsuji start. We get their stuff, right? And Marty is like, I'm getting my shit in. And he immediately, there's a rope break, and Finley don't want to do it's Tsuji that won't break the rope, I think. And so Marty gets in between them and actually passes through them like a ghost. And it doesn't even change. They still don't break the rope. And he's like, man, that's embarrassing. 1, 2, 3.
Man, I really feel like some kind of chump.
Yeah. It's funny. Even when he's not getting bumped, he's getting chumped the fuck out. And it's like, goddamn. Fuck you, David Finley and Tsuji for that, but that was fun. We also get something awesome in this match that is cool, is that War Dogs accomplish something that is not easy to do, that we pretty much never see, all right? And that is they cause LIJ to fuck up their teamwork. And Bushi ends up doing a dive on Tsuji. That never happens. I was like, oh, that was great shit, man. So that made me happy. But everyone fights in the aisles, and Finley throws fans' hats all over the place to get heat, and it's funny. So Sonata tries to take off Bushi's mask to get heat, and then we get this like 2-stage accidental double low blow thing where Sonata does this thing where he takes a bump. Oh, I accidentally kicked you in the balls, and then Bushi falls and goes head first into his balls. And that was a double down spot in this match. That was awesome. So sweet hot tag from Shingo. Shingo catches Sonata trying the Canadian low blow. It's like, but then turns around and Sonata does it to him anyway. That's funny. He's dumb. That was great. But Tsuji tags in and gets a bunch of offense in on Finley. And it's really, really good wrestling right here between those two. It's going to be a fucking fantastic match, man. And Shingo gets Sonata with the Canadian low blow for revenge. And then Bushi dives on Sonata because he had caused the dive from earlier. That was fun. And in the end, Tsuji beats Gato's jeans. Oh, he blasts his jeans all over Kirkenhall. It was they made Marty clean it up. And Finley tries a beatdown, but then Tsuji just blasts him in the jeans. that was great.
Dude, the chemistry between David Finley and Yota Tsuji is tremendous every time. Even if it's becoming one of those things where even if they're just like on either sides of a 6-man or something, I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a slice of that. Like, I'm gonna enjoy that every time. It's got that like kind of right mix of like just power, and their faces just say it all. Like, the cockiness and bravado of each man. Like, I can't wait. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome, man, dude. Yeah, hook it up to my freaking veins. All right, so here we have our semi-main event, which is Kosei Fujita and Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shooter Umino and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, is Shooter actually getting the Tanahashi rub in this, or is this like that time The Rock came out for Roman Reigns and everyone hated it?
I don't know. That's good.
No, I don't know either. All I do know is every time Shooter has an entrance, I can get a few things done. I might refresh my drink, see if there's any snacks around, pat Wilma.
This one was kind of fun, though. They came out the steps, like in stereo coming out the mezzanine. It's like, oh, look at us. The crowd loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course Tanahashi would be a part of it. That's kind of what he's like. I wonder what Shooter's tag partner the next night thinks of that. But This is awesome stuff. Now, the thing is, on both these nights, the crowd wants to boo Shooter. They do, because they're not ready for him in this spot. So what I kind of like is there is a bit of that in this match and the next night, but both men work hard for you to get on Shooter's side.
Yeah.
And the way, and it's like they've planned it, like, because they probably have. So what's something that could garner sympathy? Like, I don't know, seeing a man getting physically fucking tortured in the ring, like Zack Sabre Jr. style. Like, you might get a bit of sympathy when you're seeing this this handsome kid just getting absolutely freaking stretched and mangulated. Like, it's major fuck your knee. So much fuck your leg and submission holds in this match that the next night the ring announcer and Chris are being like, oh yes, he is still wrestling tonight and he'll be fine. He was only just cleared. And I'm like, they're really trying to sell that, like Zach's gonna kill this guy, which is kind of so you need that, but they had to give the crowd that kind of reminder both nights, because the second night, because there might be different fans and stuff and all that kind of stuff, so they're booing, and then they see him getting tortured again, and here we go. Out come the Shooter Umino chance. So they know what they're doing, and they know the roles that they want to play and trying to put across. But yeah, I still think I don't know what you do with Shooter, but one thing you do with him is you put him against Zach, because their feud is. Is that why he's champion? Because when we think of marquee matchups for wrestlers, Zack Sabre Jr. has a lot of those with a lot of different opponents. You know what I mean? He's got awesome rivalries with so many, like with my favorite wrestler in the world, Shingo. So like, yeah, well, Sonata, like he makes Sonata really pop for me. Like a lot of wrestlers don't always make Sonata quite pop like Zack Sabre Jr. does.
What's the deal? Like, so I've seen a lot of wrestling, and some promotions they got. Like, if they're lucky if they have someone that's even close to Zack Sabre Jr. New Japan has a roster full of them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's how they get the awesome match quality, is that it's like everyone's awesome, and Zack Sabre Jr. just happens to be one that works well with everybody. You didn't ask me this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I don't want him to lose at Wrestle Kingdom. I want him to win. And I feel like that the emotional journey that they're going to have to take me from beginning to end to get me to the point where I'm like, awesome, Shooter won. I want to see if they can do it. I'm sure they can. I just want to see how, because I just, I don't not like him, but I like Zack Sabre Jr. a lot more, and I'd rather him have a long title reign, so just my opinion.
I think it'd be much more interesting to keep the title on Zack Sabre Jr. for a bit, help solidify Team DK a bit more. Also, the guy works his fucking ass off, and he looks good with that bloody title. I'm telling you that.
And I mean, I hate to tell you this, but there's another program with Naito that's got to happen. So, not now, but that's got to happen. So,
yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot for him to do.
Yeah, there's exactly. And look, I know Fujita's in this match, and he's awesome in it. But for me, the magic is just like Zack Sabre Jr. Tanahashi is another one of those. Like, one of my earliest Zack Sabre Jr. matches was watching him submit Hiroshi Tanahashi in the 2017 G1. And me not fully realizing at the time just how big a fucking deal that was. I do now in hindsight, of course. But, I'm new. I don't fully realize that Tanahashi is like the John Cena of New Japan, or whatever people like to say, or things like that, So I knew he was like a top star there, but I didn't realize he was like that big or anything like that at the time. So yeah, no, he's just magic with both of them. It is awesome, and we get a Zack Driver on Tanahashi for the win, and Chumpy is refereeing. What more do you want?
Zack Sabre Jr. pinned the Ace.
Yeah,
it's awesome in a tag match, but still, that was awesome.
I think they're pretty serious about Zack Sabre Jr. as the champion. Like.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the stuff between Fujita and Tanahashi, because like Tanahashi was like they had a chop off, but then Tanahashi hit him with the big slap at the end. It was just a really good thing. I like that a lot. That match was really cool. But Luke, as cool as these matches have been, we were really here to watch one match, and the one match in 3 parts. And that's what we're going to talk about next. And you mentioned him. Marty Asami is back to ref the first part of this match.
So that's because Red Shoes doesn't have a fucking sumo license, does he?
I was just going to say, technically, it's main event Marty. So technically, you know what I mean? That's what we're going to call him from now on. So, or for the rest of
Damn straight.
Anyway, so this is the King of Pro Wrestling Championship match, and Taichi's last King of Pro Wrestling match. Maybe he knows something we didn't, because he decided to announce this as his last, foray into the King of Pro Wrestling.
I'm going to retire.
What? Right.
From the King of Pro Wrestling title. Wow.
Thanks, so the 3 different stages are going to be, the first one is, and this was voted on by the fans, right? So it's the 3 stages of hell. It's like no rope sumo rules is the first fall. And Kanemaru, special guest ref for the second fall. Awesome. And last man standing lumberjack match for the third fall. Now that'll get changed. But do you know why it ended up being this?
Why?
Because Taichi decided to pay tribute to his reign as champion of the King of Pro Wrestling. So these were the stipulations in his matches. That's why.
Thank you.
Anyway.
So, can I just get my one? I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. I don't 100% love this match. That's fine. I do like it. But look, can we never do the sumo thing first? For fuck's sake. It took them fucking forever to put the ring together. I felt sorry for the young lions. I know they're doing it fast. They've done 100 times well. They're rarely efficient.
They did a great job.
Efficient. Yeah. However, round 2 starting. Sweet.
Doing that to the listeners now.
That's right. Feel my pain.
Everybody's got to pay. I was lucky enough to not watch this live, so I just fast forwarded through that bullshit.
Oh, fuck
it's just awesome. So
like that time I had to watch that American show, and it was like 40 minutes late or something, and you were just like, I didn't have that problem. I just watched it later and started from the start. I'm like,
well, that's what happens when shows start at 4:30 a.m. But that's what happens. So, but Marty is here ref in this match, and Taichi comes out. He's dressed in all purple, the royal color, because he's the king of pro wrestling, you see? Taka's out there, and he's got the trophy with him, and it's like it's Taichi's trophy from last year, because Great Khan doesn't have a trophy because he's not finished the year as the champion yet. Yeah, that's right. We'll see. So fall 1 begins. All right, they do take off all the ropes, and so you got to stay in the ring. If you throw your opponent out of the ring, you win. And they put the little belts on, and Marty, it's great. Marty wants to check the belts. And
he's so excited for this, isn't he?
He is. He's getting He's getting all this shit in. Anyway, so Great Khan scores a takedown, and they reset. And Marty has to explain to Great Khan that he didn't win. It's just pretty funny. And they do a bunch of teasing. I mean, they do what you can do here. It's like, whoa, 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 that kind of thing. But Great Khan plays right into Taichi's hands. He gets tossed on the floor. Taichi wins fall number 1. There's no way he's going to lose fall number 2. But they have to stop in between and put the ropes back on, which does suck. You could do that last, and those whoas would have meant a lot more, but I know they wanted to do something else. So,
especially since I spent most of the time listening to commentary saying, so where is Kanemaru? So where is Kanemaru? When's Kanemaru coming out? Dude, that guy's not getting paid by the fucking hour. He'll come out when it's time to come out.
He's drunk.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus.
You can see he's going to be drunk all the time. Come on now.
There is a reason that I'm disappointed that this might be the end of matches such as these, because I would like this to be an ongoing thing of wrestlers deciding to have matches against each other, and then Kanemaru's side hustle is fucking special guest referee. I fucking love it. I adore it. And he's the perfect choice because he's the heel master. He knows all the fucking tricks. Oh my God, it is so good.
You could do a whole thing. So he interrupts backstage comments where someone's announcing the next stipulation, and he walks over and he pays them. All right. And they make the stipulation, and then he collects the money back because
I love it, dude. And that's such a House of Torture wheeling and dealing thing. And you can see other wrestlers being corrupted with like, I would like a sure win.
Yeah, Great-O-Khan just wants to win. He's not with House of Torture. He just wants to win.
Yeah. And that's absolutely the vibe you got from this because, it's everyone knows that Kanemaru was paid to be the best special guest referee.
Well, not yet, we find out.
No. So Kanemaru is the referee. And Taichi's like, fuck. Because Taichi already knows, even if there wasn't any money involved, like Kanemaru's just going to fuck with this guy.
Yeah, he's got 2 guys to worry about now. So,
oh, yeah. So, Kanemaru does like all of the things that just make me laugh in situations like this. 1, 2, quick, 1, 2. And then, Great-O-Khan's got him in the rope, Taichi in the ropes. 1, 2.
He asked him if he was ready before he started.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you ready? That's great.
Being late to call a rope break when Taichi makes the ropes and Great-O-Khan's not letting go anyways, and Kanemaru's not telling him to, so he's just going to keep going. Oh my god, it's just fucking hilarious. It's like Kanemaru's just like, I'm gonna have a look at this ring, turn the corner pad here, and then as Great-O-Khan Irish whips him into it, Taichi hits this corner steal. So he's not just turning a blind eye; he's actively helping Great-O-Khan to win, and it's just who cares?
He hit Taka. Taka tried to help, and he hit him with the fucking corner pad and knocked Taka on the floor. So now he's out. That was great.
Oh, this is fucking awesome. And I think it's obviously that Taichi's never going to win this, and every time they do a match like this, it's best of 3. That's always the pattern, right? Because you want the final match, but it's for drama. But I like how they totally removed the drama from the second match, but made it actual plot point and hilarious. Like, all right, everyone's gonna know Taichi's winning this, but like, let's see.
You mean Great-O-Khan, right?
Oh yeah, Great-O-Khan is definitely winning this part, but let's just see how it happens. It's fucking comedy gold. It's another reason why I'm kind of gonna miss this, because it's an extra bit of silly fun, and I love my strong style and stuff too. But I think it's well documented that I love my New Japan goofy shit too. Like Ishimori and Great-O-Khan having a fucking jogging on the spot push-up competition.
That was a good King of Pro Wrestling match. Was that your favorite King of Pro Wrestling match?
I think it might be Hanare Shingo.
Yeah. I gotta go Taichi Shingo with the you count up the amount of pins to get to 30.
I also like Shingo El Fantasmo with the daddy business.
Oh, that was fun too, man.
There's been quite a lot of good ones.
I mean, even the stuff with Tongaloa was fun, and remember what's his name? Yuya and the tires. They had to stack the tires up. That was great. They're doing bumps and spots on fucking tires.
Obviously, it only takes one season to revitalize the rural areas of Japan, at least for Great-O-Khan. So he actually,
never done,
And can you guess how he fucking wins too? He wins by ref stoppage. Like Kanemaru just like calls it. Just Taichi's too fucked.
Yeah.
Calls the ref.
Yeah, that was nuts.
And then Great-O-Khan, he shows the envelope. It's full of legit money, so you can all see it. And then hands it to Yoshinobu Kanemaru, who's like, I mean, you could have done that backstage, but that's nowhere near as fun or as funny. So I'm glad they did it.
You gotta hold it up so everybody sees it. That was great.
Oh yeah, that's like you have to do that in wrestling. You can't just be like, I think I'm pretty smart. No, like, yeah, I'm pretty smart. Point to my head.
Well, the finish was that Great-O-Khan hit Taichi with the whiskey bottle. They tried the whiskey spit, but ended up going in Kanemaru's face, and he was all wet, and he's like, I'm done with this. And then he waved it off, right? Because, I mean, he thought maybe Taichi could win, and he couldn't have that. But there was some really fun stuff in here. Like, Taichi tries to take his pants off, but they don't come off clean, and he just fights him for a second. That's great. Oh, man. Kanemaru started a hoe train on Taichi himself, and then started That's great. So Great-O-Khan sat on Taichi in the corner, and
then got Kanemaru to do it.
Put Kanemaru up there and was like, "Huh." Crowd silent during that. They didn't like that one.
No, they did not.
Oh man! But the end of this, well, let's talk about the end here. Okay, so that was awesome. I really liked it. It was fun. Taichi gets on the mic and says, "We don't need no lumberjacks. We're not paying everybody tonight. Just mono y mono." And Great-O-Khan's like, "Cool, I already paid one guy. I don't need to pay anybody else too." But I just thought Iska's got to be here, right? Maybe they couldn't get Iska. Iska was already busy, and so they couldn't get him. So what's the point? You know what I mean?
GHC champion right now.
Honorary, but yes. So the last, and then the other problem with this is that fucking stupid ass Red Shoes comes out, and I'm like, what? Where's main event Marty? I was all mad.
Yeah.
So, but it's a last man standing match, is what this last match is, right? And these guys fight all over in the bleachers and everything. Taichi does a hilarious babyface crossbody off the stage, and I can hear him saying softly, "Soar to glory." That was fun. Great-O-Khan suplexes Taichi onto chairs and then celebrates. They threaten to suplex each other down the stairs, and I'm like, no, don't do that.
Don't do that,
it's
please.
just the King of Pro Wrestling title.
Yeah, exactly.
So Great-O-Khan gets a table and the trolley, and this is an ill-fated spot. This spot was dumb. And he puts Taichi on it, kind of wheels him through the chairs, and it's just kind of dumb. I don't know. It just makes a mess. Really.
It's a house show. This is.
If you were on the floor, that was probably fun.
That was awesome, right? Yeah.
But Great-O-Khan tries to eliminate her. He tries to eliminate her to Taichi through the table, right from the stage. But Taichi hits a choke slam, and Great-O-Khan takes the bump off the stage through the table.
See the fucking cuts on his back, dude? Shit.
Yeah, his back is all fucked up, like what happens to everybody when they take a move through a table in Japan for some reason.
Japanese tables, man. Can't they get gimmicked tables? Surely now that they're
those are the gimmick tables. That's the gimmick. So,
oh my god.
They break and make you bleed. But so Great-O-Khan gets up at 9 though. And his back's bleeding, scratched up. Axe Bomber. 2 more. Now they're in the ring. And Great-O-Khan hits one of his own for a double down. They just slug it out. And Great-O-Khan locks in a choke. But Taichi's up at 9. Dangerous suplex. Great-O-Khan's back up. And both guys are just like, ah. And they're both selling drunk, And then they hit a bunch of big strikes on each other. They both go down for 9. Eliminator. And both guys are down again. Neither can answer the call. The match is a draw. Great-O-Khan retains is King of Pro Wrestling for 2024. Taichi hands him the trophy and raises his hand, even though he cheated. And Great-O-Khan gets the mic and is very emotional, and it's weird because I'm not hearing what he's saying, really. I don't understand what he's saying. So I wasn't sure if, he was just sad that he's going to not have the title or something. But did you know what's going on here?
Yeah, so Great-O-Khan saying, hey, this is the last King of Pro Wrestling match. This belt's being retired. And the Rambo next year before at Wrestle Kingdom will be for a IWGP title shot. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. Goodbye, Kapow. It doesn't need to be a title that lasts for 100 years. That's fine or anything like that. I guess the title did have to go. They do have too many, even though they have two strong ones.
Yeah, I'm glad they're losing a title. I'm glad. I'm not glad it's this one, but could have been that.
Because man, there's so many possibilities. Also, we're never going to get side gig referee Kanemaru, are we? Oh man, that was so cool.
We're not. That was it's a one-time thing, but that's what makes it cool, Luke. Is that you get it one time and that's it. So
I'd like it if Kanemaru ran out in his Help House of Torture in his ref's outfit, and then Reg is just like, "You're not even a ref," and then fucking Kanemaru reaches into his back pocket, wrestling referee license, boom.
Yeah, it was funny when he came out with the official shirt on. They zoomed in on the line mark. And he was pointing at it like, "Look, I'm official. Fuck you all."
Even have him wearing it under his shirt during
Yeah.
House of Torture matches, and then when the ref gets bumped out, he takes his shirt off and he helps Evil with get a quick
Yeah.
three. Bing, ding, ding.
You're spoiling finishes to the road to the new beginning. So,
Yeah.
that.
I'm ahead of my time.
That's funny. Well, okay, so that was the end of the first Kurgan Hall Road to Tokyo Dome show. We got to get on to the next one. This is also Kurgan Hall. Chris on the call with Cobb later. And Lucha Tomato comes out again and pumps us up and says, drink the tomatoes. And we're like, cool, bro. Chase your dream match. The second. Murashima gets to choose his opponent, and he chooses also Hiromu. I like this.
Do you know why he chooses Hiromu as well?
I don't know.
Because he wants to last longer against Hiromu than Shomakato does.
Okay.
Not win, last longer than.
I didn't. Did he? I don't know if he did or not. I didn't keep track of that.
Yeah.
But Murashima got a haircut for the big date, and Murashima gets no shine. It's just straight up Hiromu just beating the fuck out of him, and it's the same exact match as the first one, except without the first section. And spam the pin, bunch of chop, brief comeback, with a few high spots, including a sweet power slam from Murashima, a new move for him, and a couple roll up near falls, but he falls prey to the Brab.
Yeah, he gets his fucking ass kicked a little worse than Shomakato does.
Yeah.
Or that's maybe because we also think he bumps better than Shomakato.
I don't know. Shomakato was bumping pretty good in that match.
Yeah.
I don't know if when I
was
say
that the
I
purpose of both matches, like just show your bump skills.
I mean, that's the purpose of Young Lions. Yes.
Yeah.
When I say I like Murashima more, I don't necessarily think he's a better wrestler. I just like him more. So.
Yeah,
he's just got that it factor, so that it's that face, man.
It's like, what if Chumpy Face was on a wrestler? And so next we have Hartley Jackson.
Well, not yet. Yeah. So, because what's really important about that match is that after the match, Hiromu's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take off. Oh no, here's Naito, and Naito attacks Hiromu, but it's a stalemate, and he gets the Tranquilo. So Hiromu gets the mic, and he's like, you Tranquilo. Fuck you, And then he says he will crush Naito at Wrestle Kingdom, and that segment worked really well. I want Hiromu to beat the fuck out of Naito at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't know why that worked. Why that works so well, but I was like, man, kill him, Hiromu. That was cool, and he just beat up Murashima.
I really want this match. We've been saying it for the whole duration of this podcast, how much we want this match. We're getting this match. And I also want Hiromu to win as well. What better way to elevate Hiromu to the heavies?
Well, I don't care about that so much. I just want him to get big matches, but
yeah, me too. But he's done all the big matches with the juniors, so like I'm just thinking fresh matchups. I don't care about the size.
There's new juniors, So, but yeah, what's the next match, Luke?
All right, we have big meat match. It's Hartley Jackson versus Jeff Cobb. Man, this is just a really good, fun time. Some fun big man shit, and I like Hartley Jackson's grizzled old big man vibe. And before I wrote that sentence, I was like, "Is he grizzled old?" Like, yeah, he's older than me, so yes. So it's all right. But it's such a cool vibe. He just looks like a guy. You see his face and his whole everything, and you're like, this guy's got enough stories to fill 5 volumes.
Yes.
Like, that's the kind of vibe you get from Hartley Jackson.
He moved to Japan to wrestle. I mean, like, that's just, and he looks like a guy who moved to Japan to wrestle. It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he looks like a fucking tough cookie, and he's bumping tremendous bumps from Cobb's offense, like, which is really cool. And he gets to, oh man, the crowd really likes this too, because they like 2 big dudes going at it and throwing each other around. Fuck man, it's so awesome. It's assisted, but it's so slow that it's very deadlifty, and that's when Cobb kind of does the brainbuster suplex or something on Hartley Jackson. I thought that was fucking awesome. So I was like, yeah, this was a really good time. Like, we all know Cobb's winning. He's got the title shot in the Wrestle Kingdom card. But this kind of further establishes Hartley as, we don't have Tito, but we got Hartley Jackson. I mean, and as you just said, he lives in Japan. Like,
so he's not leaving for Christmas or anything, obviously.
No, mate, he's there.
That's
So,
what's another thing about a lot of these guys is that, I mean, I'm sure some of them are going home, but I would say a lot of those guys are staying around, Anyway, could be wrong, but they didn't fly.
Club wins with an awesome tour. So
Yeah, they didn't fly in Walker, unfortunately.
Oh, hell no.
So that was weak, but he'll be here for Wrestle Kingdom. So. Okay, so next we get like a segment, not so much a match, more a segment. And I kind of, as soon as this match started, I knew kind of what was going to happen, just because they do this every year now, and I'm going to whine about it a little bit. I don't really like. So last year I got a bad taste in my mouth from this because they did it. And then they did the stupid coffin stipulation for the.
With
remember
Catch
that?
22 and War Juniors.
What was that all about? That was
right
so
before
dumb.
Wrestle Kingdom, and then on Wrestle Kingdom, be prepared for their normal match. I just watched them have a casket match. What are you doing? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Well, they shoehorn this stipulation kind of into the match, which I'm not mad. It'll be an awesome match. I just thought it was just kind of very similar to what they did last year, and the structure of this match is the same thing. They've been doing this for a long time with the juniors, where they get a match going, that's DQ'd, and then they start another match just right away because the other guys came out, and now everybody's fighting, and it's like, So, but it's very good. Listen. This is very good stuff. It's just this particular tactic doesn't work on me. So, it's like I was thinking about this too. Why doesn't this work for tag teams? It works so well for singles guys. This kind of thing where they're facing each other before a match. With the tag teams, I don't want to see them wrestle before the match unless it's in singles.
No, I get it.
It's so weird.
Look,
I don't get it.
Because New Japan is tag matches, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So, I don't know. And it's very tag team. I don't know, man. Like, I agree. I know what you're saying.
That's weird. Anyway,
the previous night hits better because it's a fatal 4-way, whereas this is just a kind of tag.
It's not a match either. This is a segment, pretty much, right? But it's Kushida, Kevin Knight versus Robbie and Fujita. That's the beginning, and I guess it's supposed to be the other guys next, but we'll see. So anyway, this I don't like that. I didn't like the coffin stipulation. I kind of don't like this, but the match itself I do like. It's fantastic. I especially like the part where it's Kushida and Robbie. Like fucking A, they are tearing it up, man.
Masterpiece stuff. Yeah,
get some really cool tag tandem moves from everybody. But then War Dogs attack, and they hit everybody with chairs, and the match is thrown out by Young Sakamoto. Catch 22 run in. I'm just going to run through the rest of this. So Catch 22 are in, and just like last year and the year before, the next match just starts. War Dogs versus Catch 22. It's an instant DQ. Everybody just starts fighting and hitting huge dives and stuff. And I'm like, chairs match? And no, Connors gets some tables out, and TJP gets a ladder out. Ladders match? Oh, it's all of them. Kevin Knight goes to the top of the ladder. He goes and grabs a bigger ladder, and then he goes to the top of the ladder like he's going to jump off it through a bunch of tables. But War Dogs are like, you're not doing that cool ass shit around us.
Dude, it's fucking Christmas in a couple days. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, they also don't want the fans to get the satisfaction of seeing something good.
Yeah.
So they take off, right? And War Dogs escape, and then Fujita gets on the mic, and he asks the champs if they're okay if he makes a stipulation. Ladders, tables, and desks is what Kushida says, which I like that a lot better than tables. Yeah, that was fun. But anyway, we're I guess, and then we hear the DQ theme song. Haven't heard that in a long time, man. I was like, oh shit. I think it is the same. That's also like the hold music song when you're waiting for a show to start. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like when it finally gets to the guitar part, like the solo guitar part, and I heard it, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's cool." But that was so. What'd you think of all that,
dude? I like it. Look, if this was AEW or WWE and they announced this match, I'd be like, "Fuck yeah! All right, let's do it. This is gonna be great." When New Japan does it, I'm like, "Okay, yes, I believe this is going to be great." But I just remembered the last time you did a cage match. I'm like, look, I figured they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, Kushida spent a few years in WWE, should be able to do cage matches.
Gabe Kidd and Hanari aren't in this match.
Yeah.
I think they'll be all right.
They don't do too many matches like this, and I I don't know. I'm a bit. Part of me is apprehensive, but you got some real, like Kushida and Robbie. They know how to put matches together, and so do the other lads.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. I'm excited for it, but a little trepidatious. I will admit, in a good way. You know, a bit of that anxious anticipation.
You're like Akira. You know, remember when he didn't want to do the cage match, and he was right. Remember that?
Yep. He probably is not. He's probably like the only one there going, can we not do that? That'd be great.
And then they made a story out of it.
Yeah. So there's Cobb on commentary now, and he does commentary for most of the show in his gear, but at some point he'll put a t-shirt on. And we got Doki, Taka Michinoku, and Taichi versus Wato, El Desperado. El Desperado. That's exact. Yep. I said that. And Satoshi Kojima. Now, is that a fucking cool trio or what?
I like that. Yeah. That's a good Hantai trio.
Yeah, right.
You know,
not a dork in a bunch.
You know, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? This is like Hantai All Stars.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. There's lots of fun with machine gun chops in this, which makes me laugh. Kojima machine gun chopping the champ. Yeah, I'll allow it because this is fun. Taichi saves Doki from Kojima chops. Then like Taichi and Kojima have machine gun chop battles, like to just keep doing it to each other. Taka Michinoku gets Mr. Brad in the fucking machine gun chop position. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Eye poke.
That's fun.
I fucking love that shit. Oh my god. Oh my. And then we get Doki and Despre doing the never shit of Canadian lariats, which is I'm gonna run into the ropes, and as I turn around to bounce off, crunch.
Yeah.
The very Shingo-esque never style of that kind of thing. I guess Kenny does it a lot too with the V triggers and things. I don't know, but yeah, you bounce off the ropes, you're getting crunched. They do a lot of shit like that, dude. They're just showing you. They're just showing. Doki hits a very quick Doki choki. They're showing you that these two guys can win with power moves. They can crunch each other, suplexes. They're going to jump off stuff. They can twist each other up. These two are going to go all out, and I'm super excited for Doki versus El Desperado. At the Dome, I want Doki to win, of course. I'm not mad if he doesn't. I'm fine with it. I don't care. Doki's at the Dome. This is like my fantasy dream book. Like, so yeah.
We're just happy to be there, you know?
Absolutely. And then, of course, after that awesome little bit, Taka's back in to eat a pinche loco, of course. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. And yay.
Couple things about that match. One, Taichi was live streaming the match. You know, and he had a selfie stick, and at one point he made Kenta Sato film while he does machine gun chops. That's fun. And then he did machine gun chops, and then Brett did them back, and so he's like, "Fuck you! I'll do like karate chops." He did that. That was good.
Yeah.
But also a neat little move thing that happened in this match is that many times Doki has fallen prey to the spine buster, and this time it was like it fell right into his plan because that's when he put on the Doki Choki.
Oh,
you know, it was awesome. It felt like
they're building something special.
Yeah, I like that. So that was cool. But next, Luke, we have Yano, Tana. Oh man, speaking of dorks, there's some cool people on this team, but you know, hey, what are we doing here? We can get ELP on the other team. Oh man,
I know, right?
It's Yano, Tanahashi, ELP, and Bolton Oleg, your favorite wrestler, Owen Hanma, versus Hot and the Nerds attack House of Torture. And this is a match where something unspeakable happens, Luke. Can you describe for us what happens to the Ace?
Dude, sometimes the House of Torture, they just go too far. Something you just don't do in wrestling. And it's like a universal law. And one of those things you just don't do. Don't fuck with Tanahashi's hair.
No.
He's like our age or a little old, 4 or 5 years older than us. And he has this flowing, beautiful lion mane. Like he's got the mane of the logo in New Japan. Like, right? That lion mane of hair. They might as well change the lion mark to the Tana mark, right? Fucking Evil cut some of his hair off. Fucking boo!
Women were screaming and like crying and shit. It was awesome. You know that painter guy Bob Ross, right? Like he's like universally loved. Could you imagine if some asshole just walked into his studio and smashed his paintings and punched him in the face? That's what this was like. You know what I mean? It was like that. It's like
And
something
then told
that
him
is-
he wasn't the boss anymore. He was.
right. Just said, I'm the painter. You know. So, and then he painted a picture that sucked. It would be like that. So, you know, that was pretty great. But this another thing I like about this match, or don't like, you know, but another thing that happens is the ELP gets all the big hero spots in this match, and I like that.
Yeah.
You know, he also gets the win. But Evil gets on the mic after the match and makes everybody real mad. I hope he wins.
I don't think he will because they're going to. I don't think he's going to retire early because there's a lot of money in milking Tanahashi's retirement for the fucking year, man. For the whole year, you know there is. Like,
it's a good angle,
like,
though.
I saw what you did, Great Muda.
Ain't that a fact? But it's a good angle though because it gets people that are like traditional fans that just want to see the good guy win. Obviously, they want to see Tanahashi win, and people like me, I'm like, I want to see fucking Evil kick his ass, you know. So either way, we're invested. Good job.
Yeah, I think there have been points with this feud where maybe I'm a bit exhausted, and maybe it's because I get Oleg and the Stank titles away from it, but I have always been excited for this match and this feud between Evil and Tanahashi coming to fruition like this. Yeah. So I'm fucking excited for this match. Absolutely.
Well, let me talk about this next one so you can get the main event here. It's Tsuji and Shingo and Bushi versus Sonata, Finley, and Gato. Bullet Club attack. They brawl over the place. I'm kind of over that, by the way. You know, it's kind of like every match. But Bushi dives over the steps. This is cool. I like that. Gato dodges though, and then eye pokes him. That's great. Gato ain't catching dives, so that was this is a lot of fun though. But no one is allowed on the apron in this match for some reason, unless they're tagging in or feeding in to get knocked off the apron. That's funny. Overkill on Bushi, and Finley gets the big win over LIJ. Tsuji tries to beat up Finley, but gets low blowed and shillelagh'd, which costs €200 in Ireland minimum.
What, a low blow or shillelagh?
Both.
Right. That's cool. But you can't get one without the other. Yeah, they only come as a pair, and you have to pay for each. Yeah. This is pretty awesome. I'd say the only downside to these kind of shows is I want to see some Shingo preview shit, but you know, Takeshita's not coming here for he's not doing that. I understand. I get it. But this is awesome shit. I'm really looking forward to Finley versus Yota Tsuji. I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. It has the potential to be one of the most never matches on the card. And let's go with our main event. Oh man. Look at this. Main event Ishii. Fuck yeah.
Awesome.
And he has to tag with a total dork named Shooter Umino. And they're wrestling against Ryohei Iwa and Zack Sabre Jr. There's some shit going on in this match. Iwa, he really wants to beat he wants to beat Shooter. He wants, because it's like the young guys who've just come back. He wants to beat Shooter big time. He's going for it. Also, at the same time, Iwa wants to be like, hey, Ishii, I can be never too. Let's go with that. So you've got Iwa. I like Iwa a lot in this because I'm getting a bit more of a feel for him and all this kind of stuff. He's great. He's got two really cool. All right, Ishii's cool. Two really good wrestlers with great offense and stuff to bounce off of is what I will say, because I do love
Zack Sabre Jr. too.
I do absolutely love Shooter's wrestling. I like not almost everything about Shooter. He just hasn't quite 100%. Yeah, maybe it's the spot.
It's like we like him. Maybe just not as champion when Zack's the champion. That's
right?
It's like if fucking Yujiro was the champion, I'd be like, please, Shooter, take the belt. But it's not. It's Zack Sabre Jr. So.
Absolutely. And then not only that, speaking of marquee matchups, like I've always loved the pairing of Ishii and Zack Sabre Jr. It's always been absolutely wonderful to behold, and some of the transitions and things that they do to each other, like just it's fast movement. Like Zack's wrestling like a champion, by the way. He's wrestling like he's at the top of the company. against everyone. So everyone's getting more offense on him, which, so he's doing the job of like taking moves and putting different twists on him and then showing I'm dominant, I'm the fucking champ, all this kind of stuff. It's awesome. I fucking love it. I love seeing the fact that Ishii's mixing it up against a heavyweight champion. I'm not saying that needs to happen, but I like it. Gives me good visuals. And then you see some more of that brutality with Zack Sabre Jr. He's fucking like, right, you're spending Christmas with your dad, all fucking tangled up in knots because he brutalizes Shooter Umino even more here. And in fact, the only time there's 2 periods where they're actively kind of cheering against Shooter, and that's at the start because we're not sure we're ready for him having this spot either, says Garrick Hall and every other venue and us. But, when Zach tortures him, all right, Shooter, sure, Umino, or whatever, they're going for him, right? But the other time they're against him is everyone knows that he was probably not taking the victory here in this match, right? But they want it. They want to see Iwa beat Shooter up. And I'm like there too. Fucking cool. I like seeing Iwa mix it up with Ishii, just throwing each other around suplex style. So I think Iwa's got a pretty damn good future because he's a very, very handsome man. Unlike Ishii. I love you, Ishii. Sorry. And he can do never shit too. So I don't know. They tend to push the more handsome wrestlers a little more than the ones that
to the top. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why Ishii's never won the title. He's just not a handsome man. He's just as God made him, though. So fuck everybody.
Yeah, he's the baddest motherfucker in there. So that's yeah. But what more do you want? So I just like all the things going on in this match. This isn't a match where I'm saying like, yeah, I know this wrestler's here, but I want to talk about this. I like all the interactions between all 4 wrestlers, and it's just a really fucking great time. There's a really snappy Death Rider on. Oh, by the way, Shooter taking a card out of a Carter's book with one of the deepest 2.99999s against Era.
Yeah,
at one
that was
point.
good.
Fucking hell. That was so close. It bordered on that was 3, but it didn't. Like it. You know what I mean? Like, It was so close. It was so close. But Iwa loses. He gets death ridden really fast. Yes. And Ishii doesn't lose, which is what we both thought was going to happen.
I thought for sure.
Because, we're thinking like Zach maybe will pin, or even Iwa. It would have been cool to see Iwa pin Ishii too. I'm not mad when Ishii loses. He's just, there's nothing you can do to him. He's one of my favorites forever. So, yeah, this is great. I thought this was an awesome main event to whet your appetite for that main event match. I think it worked.
I liked it a lot, too. It's interesting that Shota Umino has such great chemistry with his dad on that kick out. That's pretty funny. So.
All right. Man. Family time, the family timing, yeah.
That was funny.
Brothers make the best tag teams.
I don't care. It was great, but there's some really cool shit in this match. I really liked it a lot. The man, there's so many things we could talk about in here, but there's something weird that happens here now. So snow falls from the ceiling, but here's I don't know what that was all about, but the thing I'm trying to spit out that I'm having problems saying is that for some reason is that by the end of this, the crowd is chanting for Shota Umino. That's the thing is at the beginning they're booing him, and by the end of this match, they're chanting for him, and that kind of sparked that conversation in my mind about like, well, are they going to be able to do that at Wrestle Kingdom? Because at the beginning of the match, I'm not going to want Shota to win, but maybe by the end I will. We'll see. He's got to get his ass kicked though. So.
Oh, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's fun.
But, I still think I'm not ready for Zach to lose the title yet. I'm really not ready. But speaking of Wrestle Kingdom, I would love to go through. We don't have to do the detailed thing, but we could just have a talk about it. We don't know any of the wrestlers in it, but there is a New Japan Rambo to determine the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship contender.
Who's your top 4 wrestlers that could be in? No, that's for a different episode. I'm sorry. But it says on... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If I'm thinking to myself, all right, if Zack Sabre Jr. is the champion, then you want... All right, who's not on this card? Ishii. I want Ishii to win it.
What about
Taichi, maybe?
I hope it's Taichi and Great Khan, and then 2 jobbers. That's who I hope it is. But
are you trying to tell me that
I'm saying that he's
you
probably
want Oleg in the fucking Final Four?
I'm saying he's probably going to be in that. So I'm just saying.
All right. You remember that part where like El Phantasmo went into Yujiro's nuts? That's like almost what happened to you just then. Just for suggesting that he gets a number. Like if you think Shooter's already, I'm like,
I think he'll be in the Final Four. I think
Oleg's greener than the grass on Death Island.
I'm just telling you what I think is going to happen. You know, you don't have to roll around in grass. I'm just saying.
What's the next match we got?
So the next match is the IWGP Tag Team 4-Way ladders, tables, and desks and chairs match. It's Kevin Knight, Kushida, Jet Setters, TMDK, Fujita, and Eagles, Robbie Eagles versus United Empire, Francisco Akira, and TTP, and Bullet Club War Dogs, Drilla, Maloney, and Clark Connors, and that'll be fun. I hope I hope somebody leaves with the championship that isn't the Jet Setters, just cause.
Ichiban, sweet boys for me, and if actually
War Dogs,
man, I kind of love the War. Yeah. War Dogs might have been my favorite New Japan tag team last year, I guess. Yeah. I love War Juniors. I mean, when I say that, yeah, that's gonna be a great time. I'm not gonna be too fussed though, and that'll be a good way to start this show because the Rambo's probably gonna be the pre-show. Next match we have is Mayu Iwatani versus Azumi. I did it right. Yeah,
you did. Good job.
IWGP Women's Championship match. Hook it up to my veins. Let's fucking go.
It says this is Mayu Iwatani's 9th defense.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So that's a big match. And it'd been cool if we got some preview Stardom stuff, but they probably had some big show. Anyway, next we have the New Japan 15-minute 3-way TV championship match. It's El Phantasmo. Well, it says 3-way, but there's 4 people in it. It's just 4 guys. It's El Phantasmo, Ryo Iiwa, Ren Narita, who is the champion, versus Jeff Cobb, and that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think we'll get. I mean, you got to think El Phantasmo is the favorite going into that, right? Even though he was just added, he's the favorite.
Yeah, and New Japan loves to put the title on someone who's just come back. Like if they have to change a match, they usually put the title on the person they've changed the match with. Like they've done that a lot. It's this person versus this person, the title match. Injury, that person's out. Or the person who takes over the match. Well, guess what? They're now going to win the title.
Pour water.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm really looking forward to this match, and this is the perfect place for Ren Narita to get his comeuppance. But if he sneaks away with the win, he's at least going to get his fucking ass kicked. So I can handle that. And then the next match we have, this is going to be an absolute blast. If Tanahashi loses, he must retire. It's a lumberjack match. It is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Evil. Feud I've been enjoying. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's like it's misspelled on the New Japan website, or it's a word I don't know. It says FAINAL Road. So I think it's supposed to say Final Road Lumberjack match. Like maybe it's the Final Road, or the Final Road will be a year. We don't know. Either way, Tanahashi and Eve are going to continue to feud. Next match will be the Never Open Weight Championship match. It'll be our match. It's our main event, except it's not this time.
We get 2 main events, dude.
Yeah, we get 2. Double main event. So it's Shingo Takagi versus Konosuke Takeshita. And I think that will be that's obviously going to be fantastic. I don't think it'll be surprised it'll be fantastic. I think it'll just be one of those matches you just watch go, well, fuck. It doesn't get better than that, and then it might get better right afterwards. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
that's what Wrestle Kingdom's like, right? So
people still talk about that Shingo Jeff Cobb match, right? Well, I do.
We do. Yeah.
The way some other people do too. We're an echo chamber here. Do you still talk about that match, general audience? Because we fucking do. And they've given. We want cool shit for the Never title. Well, Konosuke Takeshita is coming to fight Shingo. Oh, I need to sit cross-legged and have a cold shower.
By the way, there is a added stipulation of this because Takeshita is a AEW international champion right now.
Yeah.
And if he is still the champion by January 4th, this match will be title for title. Bah! Takeshita's going to win the Never belt. Man.
I'm not mad.
That'd be kind of cool. Just stay in Japan, you know?
Yeah.
Go on New Beginning Tour. It'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm never mad, but Shingo loses. But if he's going to lose the Never title, Takeshita, not a bad choice.
Yeah.
And then you did say double main event because it's Doki, the fucking champion, versus El Desperado for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. How many defenses has Doki had now? 4 or 5?
This is his 5th defense. Yes, just 5.
High-profile defenses. So it's not as if he won the title and he's going up against people he won't have any problem with. Like Wato, it was a believable person to beat him. Sho definitely was. He beat
Kanemaru,
Ishimori, and Kanemaru. All yeah. So they want the story to be like it's still Doki the underdog, and I still feel that way too. Yeah, that's definitely a story because he's beaten some threats, but this is big match spot in the Dome. I think he's going to crush it. He's wrestling one of his best buddies at the fucking. At the Tokyo Dome, right? These two backstage are fucking. The reason Doki's here is because Despy broke his jaw and needed a replacement. They're fucking bros. So I think they're both gonna have they're just gonna crush this. I can't wait.
I need a massive Doki Wrestle Kingdom entrance. I need this, right?
Dude.
I don't care about shit like that. I never talk about shit like that. I don't usually care. But Wrestle Kingdom used to be famous for its entrances. Shinsuke Nakamura, Kenny Omega, all these crazy entrances. And it hasn't really been that way for a while. And I get it. It's expensive and stuff. But man, Doki, come on now. You got to give Doki an awesome entrance. I'd love Desperado to have an equally awesome entrance, but I'm much more invested in Doki and what is going to happen when he comes out. So really hoping at least he comes up through the floor. At least give him that. You know what I mean? Come on. You give that to somebody every year. Give it to him. So next, Luke, a match that will not disappoint. And I think, if you're someone who doesn't watch New Japan a lot, you'll be shocked by how awesome this match is going to be. It's Yota Tsuchi versus Finlay for that white belt, whatever it's called.
The global heavyweight.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Global Force Championship.
That's the one. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Oh, dude. These two. Yeah, that's right. These two have mind-bogglingly good chemistry. And they're just pretty much going to fucking throw each other around for 20 minutes or 25 minutes.
Wow.
And
so
I'm going to love it.
That's not the semi-main, though. Wow. Cool.
No.
That's cool.
The semi-main is where it should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yes, Finlay, Yota, awesome. We've seen that before. We're excited. But this is the one. We've been talking about this, you and I, for years. Lots of fans have. And this time I know that lots of people have been talking about this match. This time I'm not full of shit. Tetsuya Naito versus Hiromu Takahashi. Yes, please. This is a dream match. This is a Tokyo Dome dream match.
Let's go, Hiromu. He's
this is big. This is as big as it gets, right? This is the kind of big match. We don't have a Okada or Ospreay anymore. What kind of big matches can you do? Boom.
Stuff like this. And main event, Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr. We just talked about that ad nauseum.
Yeah.
So you know what we think about that.
Absolutely.
Ready for Wrestle Kingdom, Luke.
Oh, dude. I know there's Wrestle Dynasty stuff, and no doubt we'll talk about Wrestle Dynasty and stuff as well, but it's my heart. I just want to talk about the New Japan-y side of it.
Yeah, and there's a New Year Dash this year too, so that's going to be cool. And I mean, it's 3 days of wrestling and maybe more. Who knows?
We'll probably be covering Dynasty too, everyone. Just chill. Of course, because
it's in Japan.
Yeah, and there is crossover. I kind of like that they've gone to Japan this time. It shows that they're a bit serious. It's a two-way kind of thing. Yeah, so I like it. I'm pumped for. I think I'm more pumped for this than maybe the last couple of years. I don't know why. There's something about it. I
agree.
Yeah, it feels very fresh. I don't know.
Well, so much changed over the past year in New Japan, so
it also helps that two of my favorite wrestlers. It also helps that three of my favorite wrestlers are walking in there as champions: Doki, Shingo, and Zack Sabre Jr. So that's right there. Would have been 4, but Hanare got injured. I'm sorry about that, mate. I don't even know there's no fucking heavyweight tag team match on the show.
They just said, fuck it. World Tag League was for nothing this year. It's awesome. Yes. They finally figured it out too. That's great.
Yeah. Is there a controversy among anyone? Anyone? What about the tag teams? No. Hell, the one tag team that might have complained about the whole thing is the West Coast Wrecking Crew, and they must be laughing like pigs and shit right now because congratulations, boys. You didn't get to go to Tag League, but you now got the Strong Stank titles. And good. They're hardworking lads, and I like them. So, yes, Wrestle Kingdom, I'm so fucking excited. We both are. I'm kind of giddy. And with that, in Santa Giada, we trust.